Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a client reading. I believe this may be the first time that I'm reading for this client. However, she is a repeat client of mine because I'm also doing her second energy healing. And I've additionally read for and performed energy healing for both her sister and her niece. In any case, I'm beginning with the Tony Carmine Solano Universal Love Oracle and the energy of expectancy. This card is about... We're to have expectations to the extent that we're meant to be optimistic, right? So look forward to good things happening and like believing that statement. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. You know, keep it, that should be your expectation. But as far as how the universe works its magic for us and being overly controlling about that, whether we realize it or not, is the expectancy that we need to let go of when this card shows up. Wow, opening to Moon Tree. This is about sacred marriage. So we're jumping right in, apparently. But maybe letting go of expectations with regard to sacred marriage as well, because if this is what exists for you, and it seems that it is, it's non-traditional. So you can't expect it to work like a traditional, typical human, or 3D relationship. It's not going to. You can't force it into that box, and you certainly can't force the universe into a box, into designing a divine union as you would have it. It's going to give it to you as, as is meant in accordance with its own will, right? The universe's will, God's will. Moon Tree. And answered prayer. Very nice to have these two together. Answered prayer speaks also not just, very straightforward about answered prayer and dreams coming true, wishes being granted, but also it speaks to the energy of both air and water signs for me. And of the air, specifically Aquarius, most specifically rather, and of the water, most specifically Scorpio. Right, and the reason for that is we have the star on the angel's chest in that picture. The star represents the sign of Aquarius in the tarot. And then we also have on her belly, as if she has butterflies in her stomach, there's a butterfly there. Butterflies symbolize, for me at least, metamorphosis, death and rebirth, right? Endings and beginnings, because we go in a caterpillar, that life comes to an end. It ceases to exist as a caterpillar. And when it emerges, it's a butterfly. So it's like a new, it's a rebirth. It's a new beginning. That's the energy of Scorpio. So that's why. Moon Tree back and sorrow. So somebody has experienced some pain and is probably still walking around with it. Resentment, regret, just past negative emotions from past hurt. Things that need to be let go. And that's probably from where the expectations come too. Moon Tree, I'll do one more. And it's embrace, which is about the need for an individual's inner masculine and feminine to come together a little bit more harmoniously. Balance, equity, on both sides. Opposite Moon Tree, I think it could also symbolize a couple as well, and the need for them to come into balance a little bit more harmoniously. I'm going to cut. Wow. Okay, we're back to expectancy. So this is trying to make itself very apparent that this is a difficulty, a concern in your regard. Overall energy from this deck is going to be the Goddess, and it's about surrender. So it goes really hand in hand with that expectation card and the need to let go, because what does it mean when we're letting go? We're surrendering again to the universe's will. And this is going to be not only surrendering, but surrendering more into, and maybe the need for balance comes for the need, is born of the need for more feminine energy maybe that's where there's an inequity. There's extra masculine energy, and that needs to be toned down a bit, balanced out, because the moon represents femininity and feminine energy in itself. And then further for me, feminine energy specifically of surrender. The divine feminine about herself, the masculine about her, about himself, and the union as a whole. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine to do, contribute, surrender toward the union, what he himself is willing to, what the universe would have both to work on, focus on, contribute, surrender, and the outcome. Feminine, spiritual growth. So you realizing in your high, or if you haven't yet, your higher self notifying you now, bringing you into the awareness that you are going through a transition, a transformation, sort of like that energy of Scorpio that I just discussed, morphing into something different, ceasing to exist as you used to, like the old me is dead and gone, and moving on into this new, further ascended being. Masculine about you, forgiveness. So this goes hand in hand with the sorrow that we just saw. And we begin with ourselves with the forgiveness. We extend it to ourselves, and then we both offer it and seek it from others with whom we've had exchanges. Because there's always hurt and effects on both sides. And there's always responsibility on both sides, so that the balance comes back into play too. But there is a desire on the part of the masculine here to exchange forgiveness and compassion. With regard to himself. Blessings. So now these are both sort of vibrations of the same, of a similar being. This is Kuan Yin. She too is a virgin mother, so to speak. And so they go hand in hand as well. And what he's experiencing, I think, is also the spiritual growth, but in the form of blessings, and being not only aware of that, but open to it and welcoming of it allows for blessings and abundance to actually flow. So very positive. About the union, wow, boom. As I say, I'm sure you know because you watch. Soulmate, very nice. Overall, fear. Maybe fear of, can I forgive myself? Can she forgive me? Can I forgive her? Can she forgive herself? Fear of that. Fear maybe of even abundance coming in, of blessings. Sometimes we block our blessings because we throw out panic. Like, am I ready for what the universe is doing with me? And we throw out that panic, and that blocks blessings too. So we want to release this as well, this fear here. What would the masculine have the feminine do toward the celebration? So this is being happy. This is also connected for me very much to the Pentecost. And again, death and rebirth. So allowing that old you to fall away and allowing yourself to come into the new you. Why? Because this dove is very reminiscent of the Pentecost for me. And what the Pentecost was about is not only Jesus, but other quote unquote saints, according to the scriptures, having risen on, Resurrection Sunday, or, whatever you want to call that, Easter, having risen is the point. And so that was a new birth, so to speak. That's what you are to work on as well. That's what the masculine would have you to do. To sort of shed the old, including the fear and the pain that's connected to it, and allow yourself to be this new being. But isn't that what the universe also sort of hinted, at least, that it wanted from you? With the surrender and with the dropping of the expectations, and with the sorrow card having shown up. What is he willing to do here? So, he's acknowledging and the universe's work, with and on him, and is willing to accept it and to follow it. What would the universe have the two to do? Golden memories. There may be a fire sign involved in this situation, at least one. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I say that because of this card with all this fire, and lava and like volcanic eruption. But also, it's court cards that really represent fire signs. When you're reading for a person, they like court cards can be actual people. But I got the 7 of fire with which I'm starting. Defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, but choose your battles wisely. And underneath that, it's upside down, but it's another fire card. It's the 6 of fire, which is about victory and good news being on its way to you. So that's nearby. You got to stand your ground first and face your fears and your battles. Choose them and face the ones you choose to go head on with, and don't face the ones you choose to walk away from. But more importantly, from this deck and in this spread, this card calls for you to, again, let go of the past pain and baggage. And like, you can't take it where you're going. You can't take it with the new you. You're shedding that old you here and transitioning into a new you. The new you can't carry this bag. It has to be left in the past with the old you. That's what Golden Memories is about. Taking the positives, positive experiences, positive memories, all that stuff with us forward. And even what we might have at one point thought of as negative, if we can take those things too, if we've come to realize that they are positive, that we learn something from it, and therefore it's positive. But anything that we're still negative about ourselves, negative cords of attachment, negative emotions, again, fear, ego, pride, resentment, regret, leave that back there. Just drop it like a hot fucking rock, basically. And you see the similar colors here? You got to let go of that, definitely. Just picture like it's hot and you got to drop it. It's a hot fucking rock. Like I said, this is like volcanic rock. And the outcome. Boom! How awesome is that? Wow, I'm so happy for you. I love when we get, past that part, like early on. Okay. So, you know what? Let me go to this first. I'll do as much as I can in this half hour. Excuse me. I'm going to what I call the hashtag creepy deck, beginning with communication. So if you haven't had any, I would expect some. And maybe in very Aquarius fashion of an electronic means like text or email. Excuse me. An opening to mature woman, which can indicate that there's an age difference, or a difference in like styles and maturity level. There's some zodiac signs even that are considered immature. For example, mine is, Gemini. The mutable signs are considered immature signs. Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius. So the opposites would be like the fixed signs: Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. Could be that too. Opening to control. So we talked about this in the beginning too, trying to force the universe's hand, for example. And even if you're trying to force like another being on this plane's hand, or allowing yourself to be manipulated, you want to cut those cords in either case or both. Control and money. Some people may be controlled by money. This may be going, maybe at least one factor from where their fear comes. Like some people have a very unhealthy relationship with money, overly dependent upon it, not realizing that the universe provides if we follow the guidance that the masculine said he was willing to do. It's when we don't that we block our blessings. We might talk about blocking the blessings. So this can be an unhealthy relationship with money as well. Also, an earth sign can be involved. When I see the money card, Taurus, again, Capricorn, Virgo, somebody likened to those traits or attributes, somebody maybe in a position to help you financially, and coming up opposite this card, somebody that's like, you know how they say like pulling you by the purse strings, controlling you by the purse strings, like they hold the money and so you're like dependent upon them. It's an unhealthy codependent relationship in that sense. That's a possibility too. Control. I'll go one more. And fair males. This is a very karmic energy for me, but it can also represent the sign again of Capricorn. So I said that there may be an earth sign involved here: Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. This can absolutely represent a Capricorn. And also for me, the devil in the tarot, which also represents the sign of Capricorn. And it's about the very controlling, or at least controlling feeling, restrictive energy of Saturn, which is Capricorn's ruler. Now, to go back to Scorpio, for example, Pluto, which is one of Scorpio's rulers, approaching retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn, Capricorn's own ruler, again, also approaching retrograde in Capricorn. So that can have to do with this too. I'll go another one. And it's Beauty Queen, which represents, it's like the Empress energy from the tarot for me, like the planet Venus, the goddess Venus. It's about feeling attractive, being attractive to other people, being confident, high self-esteem. Just, no worries, no cares. You're standing your ground, you're on your own 2 feet, you're giving birth to new things, you're creative, all of this wonderful energy surrounding you. And control. I'm going to cut. And I was just on the karmic male. This is a very karmic female energy for me. And it doesn't have to be an actual person, but it's the karmic feminine energy for me. When it is a person, it tends to be a Cancer. Or a Leo Cancer cusp. Leo begins on the 23rd of July. So anybody that's like the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of July would be like that Leo Cancer cusp. In any case, the brunette female is often involved in a party of 3. I haven't otherwise yet seen any evidence of a party of 3, but that tends to be when she comes up. And the overall energy is long distance. Divine couple. Recent past. Near future. Masculine higher self. Blocks to the union. The feminine can do. The masculine can do. Further advice from the universe and the outcome. Divine couple, travel. And I was thinking that this may really mean distance. So you may want to, well, you know what? I'm still getting metaphorical. One may want to travel to visit the other. Or meet up somewhere. That's all possible. But I'm also hearing about, and look, it looks like with these two together, it looks like a continuation. Like moving forward, basically, even if it's metaphorically. That's the traveling forward, moving on, and like the distance, going the distance. Recent past, soulmate, maybe karmic soulmate. That's the first thing that came to me, karmic soulmate. We just saw those 2 karmics, those 2 cards that represent karmic energy for me in this deck. Near future, beauty queen. So somebody feeling, again, very good about themselves. Perhaps a Taurus, Libra, or Gemini, somebody represented by Venus, ruled by Venus, but it doesn't have to be. It's going to be that Venus energy, though. Masculine's higher self. Ice King. So this is another, perhaps, indication that there's an air sign involved. Again, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This can also be, for me, though, an Aries, a Scorpio, or a Leo. Aries and Scorpio, because this guy is very Martian. He's very Mars, like, to me. So even though he's the ice king, which swords and air signs, they're considered icy, right? Winter. So that's where I said Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But this guy, this guy on his own is very Mars-like to me. He screams Mars. And Mars is, again, a ruler of both Aries and Scorpio. And then you have this lion here. So here comes your Leo. So there could be fire signs involved. And this could also, for me, just simply represents the divine feminine, masculine rather, similar to how the King of Wands, or if you're me, even King of Water can represent the divine masculine. Not only in the tarot, but in real life. This can be the divine masculine's higher self is very much in his masculine energy right now. Blocks to the union. Open relationship. So there's an inability maybe to be as public as you would have it. And I'm getting perhaps because there is already a situation on one side or both that is public. And so you can't have two situations out in the public. What the feminine can do. Avoid gossip, like listening to it, spreading it, and doing it, being the one to whisper in somebody's ear about someone else, because this sort of thing comes back to in the form of these karmic energies. But if you've been listening to like other people's talk, and I say specifically either about your union or the divine masculine, definitely cut that out. Absolutely. But avoid the gossip period in general. What can masculine do? Mature woman. So we started out with this. And I would take it, this would mean to, like approach you. And I said somebody may be younger, somebody may be older, right? Or more youthful. And that's the way it's coming out too. That perhaps very specifically the feminine is older. And the divine masculine is guided to go with that anyway. And he is younger. And then maybe that is also one of the blocks, like the difficulty with being out in the open as well. But the outcome, past love. And like the outer shell of this heart falling apart. So this is letting go of pain and things too. Very good. That's working through your difficulties. Again, going to the Angel Tarot, we're going to begin with the Seven of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground, but choose your battles wisely. And opening to Unity, which is actually the Hierophant in the Tarot, represents the sign of Taurus or other earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo. Traditional viewpoints or methods. I talked about being traditional versus non-traditional and atypical versus typical. That can be why this is showing up again too. Traditional viewpoints and methods. Spiritual organizations. Seek out mentors and like-minded friends. This card guides us very much so to be so surround ourselves with people, places, and things of our vibration or higher, from which we can learn something. Hierophant can also be about relationships, even marriage. So like opposite the Seven of Fire, as you had it, for example, stand your ground as it relates to your relationships and your, of any kind, not just the romantic ones. If you're cutting off somebody, even if they're like a friend or a family member, stand your ground. If you feel like you have to cut them out of your life, they're toxic to you. Stand your ground. And coming to the Knight of Fire, who is passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. The Knight of Fire is again an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or maybe a Scorpio. And speaking of Scorpio, opening to the King of Water, who is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work, which charity work to me is love. It's an exchange of love, offering somebody love. The King of Water, again, is a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or somebody likened to those traits or attributes. Opposite the Knight of Fire, I would not be surprised, however, if he was indeed a Scorpio, again, ruled by Mars, the red planet. Knight of Fire, let's do one more. Oh, we're back to unity. On that note, I will definitely cut. Unity, Hierophant. Cutting. And it's the Chariot with Archangel Metatron, which represents the sign of Cancer, or the water sign, maybe Scorpio, Pisces. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. So I said victory was near. It was that card that was underneath your overall energy, but it was upside down. This is a major card of victory as well, on its way to you. It can also be about moving, similar to your travel card and your long distance card. This can be about moving, about movement, modes of transportation. So metaphorical and literal, figurative and real deal moving, like getting a new house. All of those things are possible with this, as well as, again, it's a major card of victory. Very nice. This is like the answered prayer, the Nine of Water. Your wish comes true, concerns fade away, and you have a love of life. So this is about answered prayer too. Answered prayer, wishes granted, dreams coming true. It's your overall energy. Masculine, the Moon with Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. We've seen that quite a few times. The Moon represents the sign of Pisces, or again, perhaps another water sign, Scorpio, or Cancer. And Pisces energy very strong right now as well, because both Venus and Mercury, as well as Chiron, which can be very controlling of people too, all in Pisces. And of course, the sun is in Pisces, and the moon is soon to be in Pisces, the new moon, this coming week, actually. Surrounding the masculine is the Three of Earth. Here comes the party of three, potentially involving a Virgo or other earth sign. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. This is also about abundance that's on its way, and it's abundance that is earned, not abundance that somebody's doing you a favor, giving you a charity, doing anything like that. This is you did the work and you earned this abundance, or you do a promotion, a raise, recognition, something like that. And in the masculine subconscious, a very nice progression from the Three of Earth to the Four of Earth, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. Feminine, strength with Archangel Ariel. Here's our fire energy. Strength, major arcana card strength represents the sign of Leo, or perhaps one of the other fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Instead, exercise some forgiveness and compassion, which we've been talking about the whole time thus far. And surrounded very, very nice by the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance. And it's mirroring the masculine's incoming abundance that he has earned here. A promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Maybe the abundance that you've earned, comes in the form of love or relationship too. But I definitely see financial as well. And in the feminine subconscious, it's the Hermit with Archangel Raziel, which represents a sign of Virgo or other earth sign, maybe Capricorn, Taurus. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. This is about learning oneself better. Remember, we talked about the need for someone's, or maybe both, on both sides, inner masculine and feminine to come together more harmoniously. Somebody needs to get to know themselves a little bit more. Wow, very nice. And look at these two aces crossing one another. This is a divine blessing coming to you, and it's going to make you extremely joyful. Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship. This can be about reunion, reconciliation, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. This can be about a brand new relationship. This can be about a new home, since we've seen all these cards of moving too. And this can be about, again, a relationship as a home. I've been talking about this week about how like a house is not a home, or there was another song, Love is a House. Was a song too by the Force MDs. Love is a house and you've got the key. So it can be that kind of thing too. Whatever it is, it's a blessing. It's from the divine, and you've got these two aces again crossing one another. So it's very, very special, something very, very abundant and lucrative and valuable to you. And in the masculine's case, he earned it. And yes, this can make you very, very happy, whatever it is. At the roots here, the Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. So you do want to count your blessings and be appreciative of what's coming your way, and not focus so much on what you feel isn't coming your way, because that will cause you to block and or miss your blessings. And here at the heart of the matter, very nice, the Queen of Fire, who is confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. Well, like the Strength card, which it crosses, the Queen of Fire represents the sign of Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits and attributes. Also, the Queen of Fire is the divine feminine of the tarot. I'm going to further clarify these with the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels, beginning with romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And opening to very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Very soon, and codependency. I used this word myself a little while ago in this reading. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. It may be like what we first think of, most of us, when we think of addiction, like substance abuse. It can have something to do with that, but not necessarily. It can also be, any person, place, or thing upon which we are codependent, or that is codependent upon us. It's a toxic, unhealthy relationship, and this card shows up when that is going on. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So maybe because of past toxic relationships, you have this fear of moving on and trying again in love, one or the other or both. And this card from the Romance Angel shows up to say to both of you, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It is safe. Safe for you to love, and boom. So you're crowned by the Ace of Water, which I said can be very much so about reconciliation. And here's reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Reconciliation. I'm going to cut on that note. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. The overall energy is let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So the friends for me, like the angels of light, the light beings, basically, on this and other planes. That's for whom or to whom I ask for help. Atop the moon, wedding. This situation involves marriage. Somebody may be involved with a Pisces or a water sign. Or again, that may be part of this sacred marriage. Somebody may be a water sign that's a party to it. Atop the Three of Earth, worth waiting for, the abundance that is. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So you can't force it. We can't control it. We got to release any energy of control. That is ego. And instead surrender to the universe's will and allow for divine timing. And it will come. Here atop the Four of Earth. Very nice. This is part of the abundance. Again, I said it doesn't have to be material, even though it's earth. It can be love too. And here we are. Soulmate. Yes. Boom. This is your soulmate. How beautiful is that? Crowned by a wedding and rooted in soulmate. For the feminine, a top strength. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Atop the Ace of Earth, however, separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Why do I feel that this involves more than one person? And with one, you've already had separation and that's ending. And with another, you need to separate from them. Well, maybe because it's mirroring this 3 of earth and it's part of a party of 3 here. Somebody's got to go. There's an extra something, an extra energy. Atop the Hermit. Healing family issues. So this is in part what you have to go within about. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but it's not just your parents. It's anybody, any and everybody who is so impactful upon your life that you can't move on with your life, let alone your love life, without healing the relationship with them. Healing the relationship with them is similar to the 7 of fire, by addressing it and repairing it or walking away from it. Those are the ways that one can heal a relationship. And you being given the strength from the universe to do whatever it is appropriate for you in either case. Atop the Ace of Water, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Atop the 4 of Water, past life relationship. You have known each other before. And atop the Queen of Fire, let go of control issues. Instead, allow this situation to unfold naturally. Further advice for the masculine. Wow, boom, sacred union. Okay. Very nice. Congratulations. For you, more of this energy of Aquarius with a star on this child's crown chakra, third eye chakra, and throat chakra. This can also be indicative, again, of the family issues that need to be healed. Maybe they begin with your childhood, something that you need to go within about first, and revisit this inner child and communicate with them. That'll help you to move forward with regard to your other concerns and issues. For the masculine, children as well. So maybe there are actual children, and maybe this is part of the party of 3. With 3 children showing up in the picture too. Something that's in the way. More of this very Aquarian energy. Freedom is what the feminine needs. And maybe that's what I was feeling about the 2 people. One you need freedom from, and the other is returning. And you'll be happy about that. Joyous. To the masculine, the King of Air, who is brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Also a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, or somebody likened to those traits or attributes. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice if you need to, and balance mental and emotional considerations. So that's kind of like that air and water converging together again, mental and emotional. For you, 9 of Fire, don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. This is about persistence. Keep powering on, even if you're feeling weary and tired and like you can't do it anymore. You can. They're giving you the strength. Remember, the strength of Leo. And for the masculine, I'm getting back to the card with which I began in this deck. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So he is guided to pursue you and them. And for you, retreat. More of this earth energy. It's time to disconnect from the world. Again, you need to connect with, instead, Mother Nature. Do some meditation. Do some thinking. Go within as well. Self discovery. And you'll be able to better understand the path ahead of you and how you're going to navigate it. I hope that you find this reading helpful and that you enjoy it. Namaste, Angel.